Our other big story tonight, pressure being directed at two of Maryland's top Democrats.
There are renewed calls for Senate President Bill Ferguson to return tens of thousands of dollars in energy-related donations.
Meantime, a new poll shedding some light on potential 2028 Democratic presidential candidates and ranking Governor Moore in last place.
Our team is following both of these stories tonight, starting with Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost.
She's digging into how Moore could fare nationally as he faces some party pushback here in Maryland. Mackenzie.
Mary and Kai, Governor Wes Moore has been very clear that he says he's not running for president in 2028. However, that's not stopping him from hitting the road, delivering several commencement speeches in some key swing states coming up in just a few weeks. And as polls emerge ranking some of the possible 2028 Democratic candidates, we're looking at what the governor's record is here in Maryland and talking to experts about how the governor's leadership could fare on the national stage.
I'm not running for president.
As Governor Wes Moore continues to say he's not jumping into the race for the White House, his actions suggest an inkling of interest. News hitting headlines. The governor will deliver commencement addresses at Frostburg State University, Johnson C. Smith University, and HBCU in North Carolina, and his alma mater, Valley Forge Military Academy in Pennsylvania. Those latter two schools situated in presidential swing states. Plus, over the weekend, Moore marching across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, marking 61 years since Bloody Sunday. While in Alabama, the governor gave a keynote address at the historic Tabernacle Baptist Church and other events, saying in a statement, quote, "We are watching reckless attempts to claw back the progress that Selma's foot soldiers bled for. But anyone who thinks we will roll over is gravely mistaken."
He's the guy they're sizing up on the Sunday shows. And he's the guy they want to see in Selma and all these other places and get a feel for.
Political analyst John Deedy says the governor appears to be straddling a line of wanting to be involved in the national political conversation while also running the state of Maryland.
He's trying to have it both ways.
And a new Daily Mail poll looking at a long list of possible Democratic 2028 contenders, Kamala Harris tops the list with California Governor Gavin Newsom in second. Governor Moore lands all the way at the bottom.
When it comes down to deciding on Wes Moore, he may win the argument of charisma, style, etc., but he'll get prepared with Obama. But at the same time, people are still going to want to see the receipts.
Those receipts are what Marylanders are looking for right now, too, especially after last year's $1.6 billion tax and fee increase and now soaring energy costs. At home, Moore has struggled a bit to shore up support for some of his top priorities. This year, that includes redistricting. Despite the governor's push, Moore hit a brick wall with Democrats in the Senate.
Well, for the umpteenth time, in the Senate, we generally do not bring things to the floor that don't have the votes to pass.
But fractures have been emerging before the redistricting battle. Last year, Governor Moore vetoed a slew of bills, including a reparations study. In December, the Democrats in control of the General Assembly overrode 19 of those vetoes.
When you had all those overrides, those 19 veto overrides, that was a big message they were sending the governor, like, hey, pay attention to me.
This election year in Annapolis will not likely bring tax hikes for Marylanders, but looming next year and beyond is the structural deficit.
If the deficit appears to be a bigger situation, a bigger problem, he may have to cut some of these programs, and that could impair things too and get into a fight with the legislature.
As the governor often touts passing a balanced budget, voters nationally may not realize that is a constitutional requirement in Maryland. And Deedy says tax hikes in the future may hurt him with voters.
You put a tax increase on people in 2027, you're going to get whacked over the head like a piñata on a debate stage. And I think he's got to work on developing relationships with the legislature the way he has relationships with the Sunday show hosts.
In the meantime, we'll continue to track Governor Wes Moore's appearances out of the state and look at what he's doing for you here at home. Live in the State House, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.